Chapter 1. April, 1907. Tears again. Ingeborg awoke. A dream. It had been a dream. She could almost vow Håkon had been right there with her. She wasn't sure if the tears were sorrow or joy, but her eyes felt as though a dust storm had just blown through. Dreams and weeping attacks came less often now that more time had passed since Håkon went home to heaven. The rattle of the grate at the kitchen stove made her smile. Who got there first this morning? Frida or Manny? The two seemed to have an undeclared contest going as to who could start the kitchen stove. Now that he could walk without a cane, even though he limped, Manny had a new zest for living. Ingeborg stared up at the dimness that was the ceiling. She should get up. But today she'd rather huddle back down under the covers, where she couldn't see her breath on the air. Not that she could in the pre-dawn darkness anyway. The light under her door beckoned. She reached for her robe at the same moment as she threw back the covers and slid her feet into the moccasins she kept right by her bed. Every morning she thanked her Lord for Matisse, who had made the moccasins those years ago, and, like the moccasins, had helped her friends in myriad ways to adapt to life on the prairie. That thought led to Matisse's grandson, Baptiste Lecru, who had married Manda and moved to Montana, where her adopted father, Zeb McAllister, had gone, after his wife, Katie Bjorklund, died in childbirth. Later, Baptiste and Manda had moved to South Wyoming. She hadn't heard from any of them in a long time. Perhaps today would be a good day to write to them, as well as to her family in Norway, and perhaps even to Augusta, Roald's sister, who had settled with her husband Kane Moyer on a ranch in South Dakota. Winter, even with spring almost here, was always a good time for writing letters.